The Fact-Checking Office has rejected reports of assessment of civilian casualties being circulated in various international media outlets. In a statement issued, the office said that the reports are unsubstantiated and suffer from unfortunate political motives. The government of Ethiopia regrets any casualties to civilians during the law enforcement operations. Even one death of an innocent civilian is too many, the statement added. The fact that we have not found ourselves with significant civilian casualties is a testament to the careful planning and professionalism of our defense forces, it stated. The Prosperity Party of Ethiopia and the United Russia Party have signed a memorandum of understanding to work together. The agreement was signed by Bikela Hurisa, PP's head of public and international relations, and Andrei Klimov, United Russia's party deputy head of international relations. It is hoped that the agreement would help the two parties forge principled and independent relations as well as to work together for a shared benefit, it was noted. During the agreement signing ceremony, Bikela briefed the Russian delegation about the remarkable gains made from the reforms undertaken by the Prosperity Party at a national level. Andrei Klimov said his party is ready to work together with Prosperity Party in various issues.
This is Professor Hirut Woldemariam.
I'm Ethiopia's candidate for African Union Education, Science, Technology and Innovation Commissioner position. I believe that there is no greater calling than serving the advancement of Africa in its aim to become peaceful, prosperous, integrated and globally influential continent. The Africa we want can only be realized through quality, relevant and inclusive education. And we Africans deserve a much higher quality of life. And science, technology and innovation is essential to ensure sustainable growth in the continent. And this is the way to realize the Africa we want. My parents were my pillars of strength. My father, who was a graduate of Addis Ababa University and a high school teacher of African geography and history, has been telling me all about the power of education. That has left an incredible impression on me regarding Pan-Africanism and African Renaissance since childhood. And my mother was a spiritual and always optimistic. And she gave me the strength and the inspiration to be fearless and to face any challenge in life. The greatest treasure that I inherited from my African parents was the passion to learn and to give back to Africa. And doing my PhD studies at the Institute of African Studies, University of Cologne in Germany. And that gave me the chance to engage with a number of colleagues from all over Africa. And that helped me, reinforcing my desire to serve at the continental level. My vision is to enable inclusive, relevant, and high-quality education and a deep culture of innovation that will unleash the potential of Africa's youth for the continent's rightful and timely advancement as per Agenda 2063's aspiration. My vision is to unleash African minds and the indigenous knowledge of our ancestors so that poverty becomes a history of the past, to empower our youth, to convert society's problems into opportunity and innovation. The AUESTI, which I'm aspiring to lead, is a key center of transforming the continent into the global powerhouse of the future.
Now, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Ethiopia, Demeke Mekonnen, calls on the government and other pertinent bodies to support and nominate Professor Hirut Woldemariam, considering her outstanding professional competence and ethical behavior that would make her a perfect candidate to run for the post of African Union Commissioner of Education, Science, Technology and Innovation. Despite being a founder member of the organization, Ethiopia has never assumed a commissioner position at the AU, he has said. Sintayo Tamrat reports.
The Ethiopian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has hosted an event to introduce Professor Hirut Waldemariam to heads of mission of African countries and other regional and global organizations. The session celebrated achievements of Professor Hirut Waldemariam, who is running for the position of AU's Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation. Addressing the gathering, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Demeqe Mekonnen commended the AU commitment to address the continent's development challenges. He appreciated Professor Hirut Waldemariam, who has fostered portfolio to emerge in the candidate list of commissioner position to serve Africa. Demeqe also lauded Hirut's contribution in multidisciplinary research and publication.
She has a rich experience in the portfolio as academician, as a scientist, as a leader, as a reformer, and as a member of public diplomacy group. I believe her qualities and experiences so far make her the best fit not only to lead the Commission, but to use it to serve the advancement of our continent. She has spent her life breaking invisible glass ceilings and achieving numerous firsts as a pioneer woman in leadership and holding highest academic rank. She has proven being multitasked and succeeding in all platforms, engaged in international research networks, and published about 36 peer-reviewed articles in international academic journals on a range of subjects.
Mentioning Ethiopia has never assumed a commissioner position in the AU, though it is a founding member of the organization, Demeqe underlined this is time to Ethiopia to serve the continent through that position.
Being a founding member of our prestigious institutions, OAU, AU, and hosting the institutions in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia has never got the opportunity to take part in a high position. Ethiopia has presented an eminently qualified full professor candidate endowed with rich experience in the portfolio as an instructor, researcher, publisher, leader, and creating networks.
Expressing her visions to the audience, Professor Hirut said she has a plan to avail inclusive, Africa-relevant education for all.
Our education, science, and technology, it has to fit. It has to align with the socio-economic demands of the continent. We have to make sure that it aligns well, that we are producing graduates who can fit to the 21st century job market, globally and continentally and nationally as well. We have to make sure that we are nurturing innovation and technology that solves our problem, that changes quality of lives of our society. We're lagging far behind as far as I'm concerned on this. My vision is, Excellencies, to enable inclusive, Africa-relevant and high-quality education for all, and to foster Africa-relevant, deep culture of innovation and technology that can unblock the potential of African youth.
Ethiopia's eminent historian, Professor Bahru Zaude, for his part, congratulated Hirut on her candidature and mentioned few of her contributions to the academic arena.
The third point is about the crisis of African higher education, which she wants to address. I think she's probably the best person to address it. In March 2015, there was a big conference, international conference on higher education in Dakar, organized by Codesria and Trust Africa. I happen to be a member of the organizing committee. Something like over 500 participants came, and it lasted something like 3 days, and a number of recommendations. A big, major declaration was made at that time on issues of differentiation, in issues of research, equitability, equitable access, and all that kind of time. And that declaration actually was taken by the president of Senegal, who was one of the hosts. to the African Union meeting in Johannesburg in June the same year. But not much has been done after that, particularly at the level of dissemination at the country level and implementation of the very important recommendations, including action plans. So this is probably going to be your first task when you assume the office, as I hope you would. Finally, she has been first in so many respects, but I think there's one first that remains. That's to be the first Ethiopian to be AU commissioner. Ethiopia is not only the founding member, Ethiopia is the founder of the OAU. If it were not for Emperor Haile Selassie, the OAU would not have existed.
Welcome back. Citing the Interpol, Ethiopian Federal Police said Maikadra's massive killings are worse than even Nigerian massacres killed by Boko Haram. The report listed Maikadra's innocent killings among the 10 most heinous attacks that happened in the month of November. The Ethiopian government accused TPLF's illegal armed group named Samri of killing over 600 civilians in Maikadra town based on their ethnicity. According to the report, Africa is leading in witnessing massive killings, followed by Southern Asia and Eastern Mediterranean countries. Ethiopia, Nigeria, Mozambique, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Somalia, Burkina Faso, and Chad are said to be among the African countries that recently witnessed heinous attacks against innocent people, according to the report.